Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be seeing a recap of All My Friends Are Dead, a comedy crime movie produced in 2020. Spoilers ahead, stay calm and enjoy. It was New Year's Day. Grzegorz, a new police officer waiting for his boss in front of a crime scene. As his boss arrived, they entered the house. The only survivor of the crime was carried into an ambulance screaming, "What can I do? All my friends are dead." As they entered, they saw the first dead body. Grzegorz got nauseated and vomited. His boss gave him a tissue paper with words written on it to clean himself. They saw a room full of dead bodies. The father of the home and his wife went to the hills and left their son, Marek, at home. Marek celebrated a party with his friends the night before and something went wrong. According to Marek's father, his only regret is leaving a gun in the house before he left. On New Year's Eve, Angelina and her boyfriend were invited by Marek to his New Year's party. Outside the house, they met Olivia. Marek opened the door for them. He told them they were free to access anywhere but the rooms upstairs and introduced the other guests in the room. Philip, the official photographer who just came out of rehabilitation. Anastasia and Jordan, former lovebirds who had possibly fallen out of love. Jacques, a French missionary who found Marek his wallet the night before, and as a means of appreciation, he was invited to the party. Robert and Rafal are two losers that usually don't get girls anywhere they go. Darius, the direct opposite of Robert and Rafal, is always embraced by girls anywhere he finds himself. Gloria and Powell also joined the party. Powell just gave Gloria this pretty piece of a necklace to appreciate her, but Gloria isn't interested in a relationship as she just wants to have fun with him. The party started properly. Gloria asked for alcohol, although Powell knew she couldn't control herself when she sees alcohol. Pizza delivery came in and Marek went to get the delivery. Jokingly, he told the delivery man if he was the one working on Christmas Eve, he would kill himself. The delivery man didn't take it as a joke, so Marek apologized and went to bring him his money. Gloria decided to dance. While she was dancing, Robert and Rafal decided to hit on her and they danced together. Anastasia mistakenly poured wine on Philip's camera, cleaned it up, and checked some of the images on it. She reported herself to him and apologized. After her apology, she asked if they could smoke loud together. Although Philip hesitation because he was just coming out of therapy, Anastasia convinced him. It is sweeter when it's forbidden. Daniel tells Darius he wants to propose to Angelina, while Darius advises him otherwise, telling him he's only feeling that way because Angelina is the only girl he had tasted. He told him to try to taste every other girl, then come back to his senses to know if he really wants Angelina. Angelina is also in the kitchen, having conversations with Olivia. Olivia asked her if Daniel had ever made her feel orgasm. She replied otherwise, then Olivia told her to break off the relationship. Defending her words, Olivia said if she marries him with that void, she would have children and they would have a boring marriage. Darius asked Daniel to show him his girlfriend, and he points towards the kitchen. When Darius saw Olivia, he decided to hit on her. Powell is looking for Gloria all over the house. Meanwhile, Gloria is in the room with Rafal and Robert. They brought her some powder, lying to her it was weed while she smokes. She asked what they wanted to do with her, and she commanded them to demonstrate whatever they want to do with her on themselves before she can allow them. The losers practiced fucking each other from the back while Gloria records them. Falal and Anastasia went to Marek's dad's room as their smoking hideout. They rolled the weeds and needed a lighter. Anastasia wasn't with a lighter, so she searched the room for a lighter. She opened a shelf, saw a lighter, and lit the weeds. As she smokes, her consciousness is directed towards a key on the shelf. She took the key, used it to open a box that contained a gun. She pointed the gun at Falal, who told her she doesn't know how to hold the gun. He took her to the window to train her on shooting. Holding the gun with one hand, she used the other hand to loosen Falal's trousers. The atmosphere became sexual as they both had sex on the table. Anastasia was still holding the gun. Marek came upstairs to pick up his guitar. When he passed through his father's room, he heard noises. He tried to open the door and was coincidentally shot by the gun Anastasia was holding. Everyone in the house heard the noise, but they all thought it was nothing. Everyone continued partying, while Daniel isolated himself, practicing how he would propose to Angelina. Angelina was in the toilet thinking about Olivia's words. The delivery man was also outside, waiting for Marek to bring out his money. Falal came out of the room to see the harm they had done. He pulled Mark to sit beside the wall. Olivia told Darius to the wall. She came out to check what happened and saw Merrick on the floor. Falal told Olivia nothing is wrong and Merrick is just drunk. To convince her more, he told her the blood on the floor was ketchup and dipped pizza into it and ate it. Olivia was convinced, so she went downstairs. Falal dragged the corpse of Merrick to a room where he and Anastasia deliberated on what to do. He laid Mark in the wardrobe and kept the gun beside him. Anastasia, who thought her being with Falal that night was fate, was told by Falal that there is nothing like fate. He only followed her down to the room and lied to her because he wanted to have sex with her. As they were arguing, the two wild sisters came into the room with Jacques the French missionary, so Anastasia and Falal ran under the bed. The girls had sex with Jacques until the whole room was vibrating. Due to the vibrating, Merrick fell from the wardrobe he was hidden and the gun fell with him. Anastasia sneaked out of the room to tell the boyfriend what happened. The girls took the gun and one of them tried to seduce Merrick. As she saw wasn't responding, she turned to the back and saw Falal sneaking out. They threatened him to pull down his trousers and forced him to have sex. Olivia was in the kitchen. She was picking ice cream, banana, and strawberries to make her sex with Darius enjoyable. Daniel met her there and Angelina came too. She had iced them to take some of the materials to make their love life sweeter. Olivia left the kitchen and wanted to go back to the room. Falal just escaped from the girls and was walking along the corridor. Olivia saw the blood again and asked Falal for Merrick. She also told Falal to join her in a threesome. He refused. Olivia heard some noises from the girls and wanted to enter the room. Falal held her face to stop her from talking. Jacques remembered God and remembered he was a missionary, so he threw up on Merrick's body. The girls felt irritated, so they ran out of the room. Falal heard footsteps, dragged Olivia into the other room, and held her tight to stop talking. Olivia suffocated in the process and died. The delivery man was tired of waiting for Merrick. He entered the house to find him and was directed upstairs. He asked the wild girls for Merrick, but they told him Merrick was in the other room. As the girls saw Jacques coming, they ran into another room. That was the room Olivia tied Darius. The delivery man entered the room, saw Merrick's body, found some money on him, took the money, and covered the body. Powell finally found Gloria. He was angry Gloria was having fun while he was searching for her. He told her he liked her a lot and he wants to marry her. She reminded him she's 17 years older than him. While Powell insists that there are some relationships with such a huge age bracket and they are happy, Gloria explained the repercussion to him. She told him that if they get married and have a kid in 8 years, she will be old and full of wrinkles, while Powell would be young. She says probably Powell will find another young woman, get divorced, and even take away her child. She insisted she doesn't want such a future for herself, so she would never date him. She walked out, went upstairs, where she saw Darius tied down, his mouth had been stuffed, and the girls were painting on his body. She left them inside and left the room. Jacques saw a sign of the cross, knelt beside the cross, asking God for forgiveness. He told God he wants to become a sex master and God should give him a confirmation. Suddenly, Gloria entered the room and dragged him for sex. He saw it as a confirmation about his new life. Just as planned, Daniel proposed to Angelina in front of the whole guest. Angelina came out and rejected his proposal. She locked herself into a room. Daniel tried to talk to her. She screamed that Daniel is a pussy and he didn't satisfy her sexually. Daniel got so angry with her words that he left the room and went outside. After thinking a lot, Falal dressed in fur and jumped out of the room. He kept Olivia through the window. When Powell heard Daniel's confession, he searched for Gloria. He saw Gloria having sex with Jacques and got angry. He attacked Jacques, told Gloria he really loves her and wants to be with her. Falal jumped in through the window, attacks Powell for fucking his mother. It turned out the story Gloria was telling Powell was the story of how life went with her ex-husband. She is the mother of Falal. In the laundry room, Anastasia told her boyfriend, Jordan, about what happened with Falal. Jordan went into the same room to attack Falal and the whole room became chaotic. Falal, Jordan, Powell, and Gloria chased each other out of the room. Anastasia was still in the laundry room. She kept her clothes in the washing machine and forgot to switch off the tap. The washing machine was filled with water and started flowing down the house. To avoid the water, she climbed on the washing machine and stayed on it. Daniel went back to Angelina's room, broke the door, and had very rigorous sex with her. Rafael went upstairs to the room, saw Merrick's dead body, and got very angry. He came down holding a base bat. He asked who killed Merrick. It was about that time that the two wild girls came downstairs with the gun. Rafael bashed one of the girl's implanted breasts with the bat, and her sister got angry and challenged Rafael to a fight. They shot each other randomly. It's the new year. In celebration of the new year, Merrick had installed an electric lightning all over the house. Since there was water on the floor, the electricity shocked all of them in the sitting room as they all died. Only Daniel, Angelina, and Anastasia survived. When Anastasia came out of the laundry room to see the mess made, she carried the gun and mourned Jordan. She heard footsteps behind her and shot randomly. She shot Daniel and Angelina and they both died. The delivery guy who had gotten a call that his mother had burnt the house committed suicide in that house too. He wrote down a suicide note on a tissue paper, but that was the same paper Grzegorz's boss gave him when he vomited. Grzegorz's boss told him to leave the scene as they were done with the crime. In shock, he asked why they were done with the case, and his boss told him the sooner he let go of old clothes, he would get new ones. Ending the movie, it is shown that Daniel and Angelina are getting married, and all the guests in the house were there to celebrate with them. Thank you for watching the recap. Please remember to subscribe to our channel so you can get notified when we post our next recap. Thank you.